Hello and welcome to today's video. I know that Fallout Adventure was last done over... Whoa. We were last doing Fallout Adventure way over here. And we will head back over here for sure in the next episode. But then I just want to take a moment and sort of introduce our next base build. So for Fallout... our next base build. First of all, this Mirelurk here, dude had showed up because I wanted to go load to Spectacle Island, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom before I do recording. And I showed up and this dude was trying to attack me and shit. I'm like, can you not, bruh? Mirelurk's one of my least favorite enemies in the entire game. They annoying as hell. They ugly as hell. They sure as hell are like nutting over this island. But we're gonna take, now that we've finished our base build at whatever the last place we were at, Finch Farm. If you guys followed the base build series, you guys would know that series, that build is of course gonna be over now. But it's okay because we're gonna head here and start doing some work on this island. So we're gonna take some of that, but let's peep the build zone. Now there is a fair amount of things that we can scrap with the Scrap This Settlement mod. I don't know if we can scrap the boat, but we can scrap most of the containers on here. But there's a lot of work we're gonna do at this base. Because there's a solid amount of things that we can change. Now we built here 2 different times. We did a build here back whenever we built this base the first time. So probably we did a build here in 2016 and sometime 2017. But I just feel Spectacle Island is a really unique place to build. And I really enjoy it. Now, I will peep the mod menu and see if there's like a usable mod that kind of cleans up the Spectacle Island type thing, because there's a lot of buildings here, a lot of things that I think it'd be super cool if the game just like fixed that up. You know, like this whole building here. I would love to see something be able to be used with this building. So I will peep the mod menu or the mod list after I'm done recording, and we'll go peep what's here. But there's just a lot of trash on this island. It's such a big place to build, but there's just so much trash here. So much stuff to kind of work ourselves through, that this here's going to be a long base build. We got this whole building here that I built. Definitely a lot of scrapping to do. So we may just spend a whole base build episode just honestly scrapping the whole area. I definitely know that we will be back with Fallout Adventure though next week. Let's just go peep around the island. So this is our adventure today. It's adventuring around Spectacle Island. Seeing what's here. Because there's like a mod, you know, if a mod like cleaned this thing up and made it look nice. This is going to be a lot of building to scrap though. Like if we start taking a look at what we have built here, we have to take it from the top down. We can't just like start at the bottom because that doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, this here's supposed to be my YouTube studio as well. I redesigned it again within the game because that was an idea that KSA had told me. He's like, yo, you should build it like this. I'm like, yo, you're right. That'd be lit if I had like a thing look at my studio. So we really have to work from the top down at this base because, well, so we have to scrap. scrapping from the top down makes the most sense. It's the only logical way to scrap a building. I'm not going to scrap from the bottom up. This should give us a lot of materials, though. Or a lot more materials, because we already have a solid chunk of materials that we're working with due to mods. Scrap the floors here, start just already removing a whole layer of base. Now we've already scrapped this entire thing once, but if you guys remember, I got stuck at a point during the Nuka World DLC, which we never went back to. Which I'd love to go back to at some point, but we worked our way through the entire Nuka World and got to the fight with the dude in the end, and we couldn't destroy him because we didn't have like any ammo left, and I was stuck there forever in that scene and I couldn't leave, so I kind of had to restart or go back on a save for like a while back. And that is really why we're back here at this build. If you guys remember, we built a bunch of little tiny houses. It's like a thing that's trendy. It's tiny houses. So I figured, you know what, let's build tiny houses in Fallout. The issue with that, of course, being they're not here because, well, they're not. But you can definitely see how I used to build things back a couple years ago. Because this is definitely not how I would build something now. Different walls I'd use different beds. Of course, I didn't have mods when I built this, so I was more limited. Mods were not a thing on the PlayStation 4 yet, and now they of course are. If I just scrap this, oh, it does get rid of the beds. Yes, it's gonna make it so much easier. No, it doesn't. What the fuck? The beds just fall down. Oh, lit. So the beds are all just down there now. Just makes it so much easier. And the beds just keep falling. See, this is what we're doing. We're just slowly, like, scrapping our way down to the ground. If we miss one, it's going to be a big problem. So we're going to have to build up to it to scrap something again, which we don't really want to do. Holy shit. We've kind of, like, scrapped 2 levels together here. So there's nothing up above us. There's still a long drop down, so... See, that's the main level, so... Slowly scrap our way through the Fallout base here. I know this really probably isn't what you expected to see in Fallout Adventure. I know, but that's a problem. This is why I didn't want to scrap this way, because now we're in a situation where I'm gonna actually have to come in here and I'm gonna have to build new floors to reach over there, because... And I've ruined it again. You gotta be kidding. Where can I build this? Right here? Great. See, this is the thing. So we just slowly are gonna... Oh my god. Did the couch in the way? See, we've destroyed it in a bad way. So I said we have to work from the top down, but even that... Like, this thing fell 2 levels to finally get scrapped here. So we're just gonna work our way along. And if you guys are wondering why I use Fallout Adventure to show off the new thing, I really just felt like we had to get working on the next build. So we're doing 2 Fallout videos. Like, I'm not going to skip out on Fallout Adventure episode. So what I figured would make more sense, we're going to end a build and start a build, is to not start a whole episode of scrapping a building. You know, scrapping the build and scrapping the settlement. Because that just doesn't make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense for me to come through here and do this. Because I want to do it in a video, right? But I don't want to do it just randomly in another video. Like another Fallout video will require this to be done. And then there goes a whole nother episode. So instead, we're going to use Fallout Adventure as a scrapping episode. Now, if we want to preserve anything from this build, sort of like, hey, look at this is what our first base looked like, it's going to be this bit. We're going to save that bit. I think it looked cool as like a little front porch that we had made. And I said, that seems kind of cool. So we're actually going to leave the front porch there. This bell, we're actually just going to move to over here. So for the most part, this bit will be kept as like a little front porch. So we're actually going to build off of this. So this is going to be our starting point for the new base will start with that being the premise for our base. And that seems like a decent idea, I feel. Now, we're not going to go along here and necessarily say every single thing in this base that you can scrap will be scrapped in this episode. Absolutely not. That's a lot of work, and we're not scrapping necessarily everything. We're going to try to scrap as much as we can, but like, I'm not going to go around those buildings and start scrapping things that are over there. I'm gonna look for a mod. You know, this is the thing. We're looking for mods here that are gonna make this base buildable. You know, maybe get rid of the shrubbery and all that shit, because that's kind of annoying as hell. This fence though, you got to go, fam. Water pumps, you can go. Now we're gonna leave the food here, maybe. Actually, we're not. Store. Store. Yeah. Because I think that the concept of this base just doesn't require that to be there. It just doesn't. What the hell is... What the hell? We're gonna see what we can do with these boats over here, as this is still within the area as well. It appears. Can we scrap these boats? There's a lot of material if we can. What? We're underwater scrappers. Well, shit. Because, see, that's just going to make the base look nicer. Is essentially what we're doing. That's going to make the base look better. You know, a lot of these trees can go. Because there's a lot of base here that I just feel like we can work with. Because we haven't really ever built this side over here up. We never have. We're going to leave this stuff as is over there. We're not going to mess with that. I kind of like this tractor here. That's actually a concern to me now. Because this thing needs power, doesn't it? It does need power, so that's going to keep the Murlocs away. A siren a day keeps the Murlocs away? Like, shit, man. Can we scrap this thing? Yes, we can. There's a lot of things that just fell out of that building. That we're just not going to touch. We're not going to go there. There's an old platform out here that I think I tried to build something out here before. That was a plan, was to sort of build out here and just never did build out there. This is a long system of wires. This here you can't scrap. So I'm sure you can't scrap this tugboat. It's just a not scrappable boat. Just because it's significant to the base, you can't scrap it. Which I mean makes sense, because you kind of do have to use it if you want to stop the Murlocs. So, yeah. There's more boats over here? What the hell? Oh, it just... yeah. There's a lot of stuff in this base. Alright, so I think we're good for Fallout Adventure though today, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.